Hello, fourth graders, and welcome back. I am Mrs. Lamondo here to talk to you all about geometry. Today we're focusing on measuring angles. It's a continuation of our discussion from last time, but today we're going to really work hard to try and use a protractor. And we also have some fun ways for you to practice that I'll put in Google Classroom as well for this. All right, first let's check out our video, how to use a protractor.
Hello everyone. Thank you again for joining me on this problem where we are going to get a little bit more practice and experience with measuring angles using a protractor.
Cool.
So here we want to know what is the measure of angle MLN. So the first thing that we want to do is identify that specific angle on the diagram. So we see angle MLN is formed by the points M, L, and N, with the vertex at point L. So without any numbers or angle measurements given to us on the diagram, we need to ask the question, how can we measure an angle? Now in our geometry toolbox, we have a protractor, which are commonly used by students as ninja throwing stars, but they can actually also be used to find angle measurements. Don't be that student. Please don't be that student. Okay, so this is how it works. We take our protractor and we see that it has that center marker, and we are going to align it with the point that is the vertex of the angle that we want to measure, in this case, point L. So again, we align that center marker with the vertex point, and we also want the flat horizontal portion of the protractor perfectly aligned with the bottom line, okay, our bottom ray that makes up our angle. So now we can use the top ray, in this case the line that starts at point L and goes through point M, and see what measurement it is aligned with on the protractor. So the protractor shows us that angle MLN has a measure of 60 degrees. So our conclusion is that angle MLN is 60 degrees, and we are finished with this question. So this is a little bit more practice helping you to understand how to use a protractor to find the measure of a given angle. And that's really all there is to it. So I will catch you guys next time. Thank you again for stopping by. You guys are the best. Have a good one.
All right, so that's it for that lesson. Hope you found it helpful. And if you
All right, we're going to practice a little bit because I know that the best way to understand this is by practicing. So let's take a look at what we have. So how to use a protractor. Again, a little bit tricky to do remotely, but we'll just do our best. That's all we can do. All right, let me pull up this. Okay, so let's look at this protractor number 1 here. First off, we need to decide, is this an acute, right, or an obtuse angle? It's obtuse, right? It's bigger than a right angle. So let's look real closely. If we look here, we're looking for the bigger number, the number bigger than 90. Do you see that number right here? I'm kind of circling with my cursor. That's about 160, but it looks a little bit bigger. So what's 160 plus 1? That angle would be about 161 degrees. Let's look at the next one. First of all, we want to decide, is it acute, right, or obtuse? Well, it's definitely bigger than 90 degrees, so it is obtuse. Now, we have to look real closely there. In between, the midway point between 120 and 130 is 125. But it's like 1 before. So what's 125 minus 1? The approximate angle measure of this one is 124. I'm going to give you about 2 degrees up or down when you go to do your Google form. So for example, for this one, it's 124. If you put 122, 123, 124, 125, or 126, you would get credit for that. All right, let's look at number 3. What kind of angle is that? Is that an acute little angle, right, or obtuse? It's definitely bigger than 90, so it is obtuse. So we're looking for an angle measurement that's bigger than 90. So if I look here, it looks slightly smaller than 110. So what's 110 minus 1? Our angle measurement there is going to be about 109 degrees. Again, I'll give you 2 degrees plus or minus. So if you put 107, 108, 109, 110, or 111, you would get it correct. Let's look at number 4. Whoa, is that a cute little angle, right or obtuse? That's a huge angle. It's definitely obtuse. And when we look at it, again, it's right near that midway point between 160 and 170. What's the midway point between 160 and 170? That would be 165, but it looks like 1 degree bigger than that. So what's 165 plus 1? Our angle measurement for number 4 is going to be 166. Again, I'll give you 2 degrees below to 2 degrees above. So that would be anywhere from 164 to 168 to get it correct. Let's look at number 5. Is that an acute angle, right or obtuse? It's definitely a cute little angle. It's less than 90 degrees. So we're going to be looking at the smaller numbers. I know it goes through the 150, but we've already determined it's going to be less than 90 degrees. So we're looking at the 30, but it's not right on the 30. It's a little bit bigger. What do you think the angle measurement of number 5 would be? That looks like it would be about 31. Remember, 2 degrees plus or minus. So you could put 29, 30, 31, 32, or 33 to get credit. Let's look at number 6. Is that an acute, right, or obtuse angle? That is an acute little angle. So our measurement, our answer has to be less than 90 degrees. So if we look at it, we're looking at the bottom numbers. It looks like it's kind of between 70 and 80. It looks like it's a little bit past the halfway point. The halfway point would be 75. It looks to be about 2 degrees past the halfway point. So that would put us at about 77. But remember, 2 degrees plus or minus. So you could put anywhere from 75 to 79 and still get credit. All right. Let's look at 2 more, and then we'll look at our Google form for today. Number 7, is that an acute, right, or obtuse angle? It's bigger than 90 degrees. So what kind of angle is that? That would be obtuse. So we're looking at our protractor. We're looking for the numbers that are bigger than 90. Ooh, it's almost right on the line of 110, but it looks like 1 more. What would be the best measurement for number 7? If it's 1 more than 110, it would be 111. Remember, you will get credit for 2 degrees plus or minus. So it could be 9, 10, 11, 12, or 113. Let's look at number 8. Is that an acute, right, or an obtuse angle? It's definitely bigger than 90 degrees. What does that mean? This is an obtuse angle. So we need to look at our bigger numbers, our numbers bigger than 90. If we look closely, it's past 160, but it doesn't go past the midway point. So it's not at 165. This angle measurement would be approximately 163. But again, I'll give you credit for 2 degrees plus or minus. So you could put anywhere from 161 to 165. Let's look at our Google form for today. Today, you're actually going to have to type in what you think the angle measurement is. But remember, I'm giving you plus or minus 2 degrees, okay? So just try your best. And all you have to do is put the number. You don't need to put the word degrees. So for example, looking at number 1, if you think it's 30 degrees, it's not, then you could just write the number 30, okay? So let's look. Number 1 is definitely an obtuse. Your answer should be bigger than 90 degrees. Number 2, definitely an obtuse angle. Your answer should be bigger than 90 degrees. Number 3, another obtuse angle. Your answer should be bigger than 90 degrees. Number 4, another obtuse angle. Your answer should be bigger than 90 degrees. Number 5, that's a cute little angle. Your answer should be less than 90 degrees. And number 6, that's another cute little angle. Your answer should be less than 90 degrees. All right, 4th graders, that's all for today. This is tricky stuff. So as always, if you need help, check in with your teacher, no problem. Until next time, see you then. Bye.